My name's Hannah Trigwell. I'm a self-taught guitarist, singer and songwriter with over 120 million views on my music videos online. I went from busking on the streets of my hometown with no fan base to completing several sold-out international tours and achieving numerous top 10 hits, including 2 #1 singles in Asia. It might surprise you to know that I've done all this without knowing very much music theory, and by very much I mean I barely know any. I've never really wanted to learn about music theory, but I've always wanted to play and write music. So I wanted to create this mini-series to inspire those of you who maybe don't feel good enough at music, or maybe you feel like you don't know enough about music theory. And maybe that's what's stopping you from creating your own music and sharing it. Sometimes we can get so wrapped up in wanting to be good or great or an expert that it stops us from creating any music at all. And the truth is that knowing a little bit about music theory can be useful, but being a master of music theory does not automatically make you a great musician or a great songwriter. The greatest or most popular songs of all time, those songs make people feel something. And it's that feel in the music that is so important. You've got to go with what works for you. So if you're passionate about music theory, then absolutely dive into that. And if you're not, don't feel like you have to dive into that just to be able to make a good song. In this mini-series, I'm going to show you how I make music confidently without being too bogged down with music theory, and how you can too. In this episode, we're going to start with where it all begins: inspiration. Inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something. Inspiration isn't something that we can completely control, but there are ways to encourage those aha moments to happen. Inspiration is thought to occur more frequently during activities that facilitate neuroplasticity.
What is that?
Neuroplasticity is defined as the ability of the brain to form or reorganize synaptic connections. When you're learning something new particularly, or experiencing something new, or recovering from an injury, that's when these new connections can form, and that's when inspiration strikes. Some activities that increase neuroplasticity are exercise, meditation, reading books. Different things inspire different people. So for example, a lot of songwriters and producers that I know, if they need to get inspired, they might just go outside for a walk, or they might listen to new music or old music, or they might listen to samples. These are all activities that can lead to inspiration. It's very hard to cultivate inspiration if you are waiting for inspiration to strike. However, when I want to be inspired, something that I do quite regularly is seek boredom. The best ideas have come to me personally when I've either been bored or tired. Nothing induces songwriter's block quite like a blank page. And this is because there's no direction. It's a pretty daunting thing to look at when you're about to write a song. When I'm in a songwriting session and I get those feelings of anxiety that I'm not about to just immediately write a great song, or frustration that I feel uninspired, those are actually great ideas for a song. One of the things that you could do if you have a blank page and you're just afraid to start putting your ideas down, or maybe you don't have any ideas to start putting down, just write anything. This is something that I do quite often in a studio. If I'm just not sure, I'll just write loads of words that come into my head. And the more words I write, the more chance I'm going to stumble across something that resonates with me. Stop! Let's get inspired right now. We can do this. I'm just going to tap on something. You can tap on something. You feel free to pause this video, tap on the table in front of you, or tap on your phone. Just try and create a melody. Anything. Don't ask me where it came from. I don't know. Maybe it's already a song, but I feel inspired and I've got a melody. Try it out. One of the ways that I've come to realize what kind of sounds work nicely together is by learning my favorite songs. So my favorite songs, I used to make covers of them, loads of covers. Used to do loads of covers, and it was really good fun, but it taught me a lot about songwriting, specifically in the pop genre. And I do believe that if you learn a lot of songs that you like, that can be really, really useful when it comes to writing your own music, because your brain starts to recognize song structures. You learn about what sounds good to you and what melodies feel good. It's all about, does it make you feel something? Are these lyrics emotive? But is the music emotive? Is the melody gonna make somebody else feel something as well? Hopefully that's an emotion like happiness or sadness, not disgust. I hope you've enjoyed this episode on finding inspiration. You can always leave a comment to let me know what else you'd like me to talk about in this mini-series. And I'd also love to hear the music that you're creating. So tag me at Hannah Trigwell and tag Thomann. We want to hear your music, and I want to hear it just selfishly because I know that listening to new music inspires me to write my own new music. I'd love to hear it. And otherwise, I will see you next time.